Hey guys, we got another chock full week of stuff. I mean, it is just flying fast and furious. But in this video, I want to talk to you about some FAFO, some FAFO news. This week in FAFO news, we've got an AOC story. We've got a John Ratcliffe and Russia Collusion Hoax story, and then something really funny of who basically is going to be the new face of the Democrat Party. It's great. So stick around for that on the Angela Box Show.
Hello, my name is Angela Box. Show your personality.
Okay, you guys, AOC. AOC really is the gift that keeps on giving. And what's great about AOC is that she's so damn arrogant. And I love to say, dumb and arrogant is a dangerous combination. I mean, she's not dumb in the sense that she's, she can string a sentence together, but her philosophy is so ass backwards and stupid. And then she's so sure of herself, which is what makes all of this so chef's kiss. Okay. So here's what's going on with AOC. AOC has been out and proud about telling her constituents and telling, whomever illegal aliens how to avoid ICE agents, which against the law. And then she's also out and proud about employing an illegal alien on her staff. So Tom Homan, the great, amazing Tom Homan, who gives 0 Fs on any given day, Tom Homan let it be known that AOC is now under federal investigation for such activities. And if AOC thinks that she's going to get away with this, I think not. I mean, this is FAFO in action, because this heifer thinks that every single American is on her side when it comes to illegal aliens, when basically nobody is. Again, taking the 20% of every issue. Another funny FAFO story when it comes to illegals is Trump is suing LA and Karen Bass over the recent LA ICE riots. You guys, basically saying that because of their sanctuary city policies, because of them saying, we should fight against what ICE is doing, you made it 100 million times worse. And it's like they don't follow the law, and they're so arrogant about it that it makes Trump's job that much easier. And with his Supreme Court wins of last week, especially the one where judicial activist judges can't hamstring the entire administration, this is coming to a screeching halt. So I hope that they've enjoyed their little time to shine when they ride and die for illegals, but that time is coming to an end. And I really hope that AOC is charged with a federal crime. She has to be charged. She's the worst. I mean, she's such a dirtbag, and she's, again, so dumb and arrogant, and she deserves a little comeuppance. So look for that to be happening very, very soon. Okay, the next story. You guys. I'm not going to get into the whole Russia collusion hoax backstory, because that's a whole rabbit hole you can go down on your own. But suffice it to say, it was what was used ever since Trump was elected in 2016 in order to completely kneecap his first term, in order to say that Trump was a stooge of Russia. He and Putin colluded together to steal the election from Hillary Clinton, because nobody could believe that Hillary Clinton didn't win. Now, keep in mind that this whole thing started as the, quote, insurance policy in Andy McCabe's office. It was the groundwork was laid before the election. And even though they did not think that Trump could possibly win, they were like, well, we have to have a backup plan. And Hillary Clinton let that backup plan be known in the book called Shattered. It was page 25 that this happened. I didn't read the whole book, but I read up to that part. I was like, oh, that's interesting. So basically, Robbie Mook came out a couple days after the election and basically was like, I mean, I could be a little off on the timing, but not much. He basically said, yeah, Trump was working with Russia. That's what happened. He cheated with Russia and Vladimir Putin. And shouldn't we look into this? So, of course, then the whole Steele dossier was born, and it was obviously created before then, but then they really got it into high gear. And James Comey was like, how the hell do we get this out to the media? Because no one is running with this, because it was so dumb and improbable. President Trump going to Moscow to pee on a bed with hookers on it that Obama stayed in, the dumbest crap in the world. And he's like, how in the world do we get this out to the media? Well, if he told Trump about it, then they could open the door to the media. And that's exactly what happened. So before Trump was inaugurated in 2017, Comey was, talking to his buddy John Brennan at the CIA and talking to his buddy James Clapper over at DNI or wherever James Clapper was. I think he was DNI. So James Clapper, John Brennan, James Comey, the triumvirate of evil, working with Barack Obama, the first black president, and Joe Biden and Hillary Clinton. Anyway, goes to him and he's like, we've got to get this out. So he goes to Trump and he's like, listen, Mr. President-elect, I mean, I know this sounds crazy, but like these are the kinds of things that you're going to need to know about. And here's some of the stuff. And started reading from the Steele dossier, which Trump was like, this is literally retarded. Like, this didn't happen. Like, what, are you insane? He's like, oh, I know. But, you need to know that this is out there. And then what did he do? He turned right back around. He leaves the meeting and he writes to John Brennan or James Clapper, whomever his little accomplices are, quote, mission accomplished, meaning now the media can run with this. And the bottom feeding BuzzFeed News picked this up and ran with it. Well, we're all dragged through the mud for 2 years. These evil people bankrupted innocent people. These evil people forced people like Mike Flynn to take a plea deal because they were bankrupting him. Just evil, pure evil, plain and simple. Well, now we come to find out that John Ratcliffe, who is an actual CIA director, who actually is looking for some justice here, John Ratcliffe let it be known that, let me read this, make sure I'm reading it correctly. John Ratcliffe, scathing reviews, finds John Brennan pushed to include the Steele dossier in 2016 assessment. So dirtbag John Brennan, along with James Comey, was pushing the intelligence community to use the Steele dossier in order to gain FISA warrants, in order to get Robert Mueller hired, using something they knew was fake, phony, and false and defamatory. They didn't care. Y'all, what must Trump have on these people? Like, that's what people need to start thinking about. Because it's not just that they hated him, all right? It's of what he represented. He represented an existential threat, a gutting of the deep state, but also he knows what they've done. He knows the things they've done. And so now John Ratcliffe's come out and he's like, listen, these evil people did these evil things. And do you not think that Pam Bondi over at DOJ is not going to be doing something about it? I'd say it's a pretty good chance, unless you're, it's about as good of a chance as Barack Obama smoking crack in the back of a limo with Larry Sinclair, allegedly. So I think that James Comey and John Brennan and James Clapper and Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton and Joe Biden, they should be very, very worried because their dirty tricks are about to be revealed. And it's going to be drip, drip, drip for the American people because, everyone has the attention span of a gnat. And news is flying fast and furious. And, God knows what people are going to remember next week, much less, 2016 and 2017. But considering we were all dragged through this, I think the American people deserve to know exactly what these people did. And I think John Ratcliffe just fired the first shot. It's great. Okay, finally, you guys, some lighthearted news, if you will. Zohran Mamdani, I mean, the guy that's the socialist, the communist running for mayor in New York City, who just got the Democrat nomination, he's probably going to win, God willing. Burn New York, burn. Zohran Mamdani is trying to walk back a few things, like trying to pretend like he's not a completely dirty communist. And people are like, yeah, but you said all these things. Well, the Democrat Party is in such a shambles that they're basically elevating this guy. They're like, well, I mean, I know he's a communist, but it's kind of like what we all think. So we should just kind of be out and proud about it. Zohran Mamdani, along with, wait for it, David Hogg. David Hogg, these two brain trusts are going to be the new face of the Democrat Party, along with AOC and Jasmine Crockett, I might add. I mean, I think this is fantastic news, ladies and gentlemen. David Hogg got ousted last week from the DNC as vice chair, even though they just elected him as vice chair. He's like, out. Okay. They're like, this little twink cannot be the vice chair of the DNC. This guy doesn't know what the hell he's doing. But the progressives in the party are like, we loved what he was doing. He was speaking truth to power and he was going to be primarying any Democrat that was even remotely working with Trump or Republican. So we love this guy. And so now they consider David Hogg, along with Zohran Mamdani, along with AOC, along with Jasmine Crockett, to be basically the next gen of Democrat leaders and the leaders of their party, you guys. And so when Democrats are looking for a new path forward, they put out something, their project 2025. I think they're calling it Project 2029 or something like that. And it's basically the same thing as Project 2024. Like they're doing the same things that they did before. Like they're, writing and dying for illegals, and they're, I don't even know, abortion up to birth, and, transgendering kids, like every single thing that got them the boot in the first place. They're doubling and tripling down, which is fantastic, you guys. Listen, we need to keep encouraging this. We need to keep encouraging Democrats to be completely, utterly insane, to live on blue sky, to think that is reality, and to just continue to flail and scream at the sky into irrelevancy. It's beautiful. I mean, with Trump's week that he's had, the last couple weeks he's had, coupled with this, I mean, put JD Vance's name on the Oval Office. Go ahead and do that right now, because that's what's getting ready to happen in a couple of years. And I dare say, once the big, beautiful bill passes and people can feel more money in their pockets, and energy's opened up, and the border's secure, and we build the wall, and manufacturing comes back here permanently, like, and people get to keep more of their money, Democrats don't stand a chance. So I'm all for David Hogg and Zoran Memdani to be the leaders of the DNC, along with AOC and Jasmine. Chef's kiss. All right, that's where I'm going to leave this video. Let me know what you think down below, and I will see you in the next one. I will be done. Bye.